Hey, welcome back to Aloha Friday with the office hour here at the AI Adopters Club. I've been working all week, pretty crazy on a couple of things, so pardon my appearance. Honestly, I didn't even get to shower yet today, but that's a good thing because we're all busy with fun stuff, AI. And you might have gotten a bombardment of emails just now from me if you're here. One for this live, and the other one for an article that I just posted a minute ago, which is also going to be the main topic of this office hour. And that is how to get away from all the slop on Sora and how to actually turn this into a platform that can help us with what we're trying to do in business. I'm trying to find a hat, but I guess, I'll just leave my wild hair like this. If you guys are okay with that, then that's fine. We'll just wait a few more minutes. We'll see who comes in here. Hey, Scott, welcome. I'm trying to fix my iPhone here. Okay, let me see. Let me see if this is going to work. I haven't done one of those in a while. I should do this again. So again, today I'm going to focus on the ad that some of you might have seen me doing on Sora. And if you have any other questions regarding AI and business, please feel free to ask them now or forever be silent. Just kidding. And I will try to answer them as well. And so if you go to the article from today, I'm just going to pull it up here in the background. I'm not going to show you. You're going to have to check it out. There's going to be a video where I walk through, it's like a 12-minute video where I show you step by step how to create a video on with Sora. So something that's not necessarily all the slop that you see. Let me just show you the slop that if you haven't seen Sora yet, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but this is like this typical slot that you see up there. Okay. So let me see if we can play something here. I actually minimized it a little bit for the screenshot. So okay, cool. A lot of Martin Luther King Jr. stuff. Okay, everybody's complaining that you don't have all kinds of freedoms in terms of content violation. Sam Altman is everywhere, and guess what? In the app, if you're in the app and you want to go to my profile, I'm just KBANC on Sora. Hopefully that's going to load. And there you can already see some of the assets that I have used to create the ad. Okay. And you can check them out here. Also, my I just got my brother on here. My brother, believe it or not, he's actually the biggest fragrance influencer in the world. His name is Jeremy Fragrance. So that's kind of funny, right? But let me show you the ad, and I'm gonna hope that you can actually hear it. Let me see. We'll just do this again, and then we'll just go to. Well, hold on. Where is it? Here you go. Let me blow it up a little bit. There you go. When the press arrived, knowledge broke free. The workers, they were the ones who directed the work. The nearest jobs. They promoted the ones who knew how to make logic. The ones who know what matters. History remains. Oh, leadership still belongs to those who have intelligence, not followers. Advantage. Because the future was built by the loudest. It's built by the ones who know how to direct it. All right, and that is it. So we're going to go through a couple of questions that you might have on this. So ask them now if you have questions, and then we'll go through the process. Okay. You can also read all that in the latest article. For those of you who just joined, the article that I just posted on the AI Adopters Club. So you can check that out later. There's also going to be a 12-minute video from yesterday's AI Zoom session that I had, where I go through the process again, so you get it from all sides. And let's get started, okay? So, and again, if you have some questions, just throw them in here. We'll see how we can go through this. So, the most interesting thing, just from the top here, is that a lot of these, like these first scenes, so you like, oh, hold on, like this first, let me switch it. So this first scene, this one, this one, this one, this one, those are five scenes out of the six. They were all generated in one shot, okay? Except the last one, you can see here, the last one that was like 10 extra shots, because you can see they were kind of weird, and they just didn't work exactly the way I wanted. Sometimes the sync was off, or my head was cut off, or it was just kind of awkward. So that was just overall, before we even get into the prompts and the idea how you can recreate this. That was super fascinating to me, that Sora is actually really good at creating those videos if you're prompting them in a specific way. All right, let me just pull this up here so I don't get confused. But essentially what happened is, okay, in the first step, and I'm going to switch back to my screen so you can follow here. So in the first step, and mind you, this was all while I was creating breakfast for my kids. All right. So here we have ChatGPT at the base of all of it. And then if you go to the top here, the main thing that you will find is that I've used AI to create the prompts. Okay. I don't create them myself. I use AI as a thinking partner, and then it helps me create them from different angles. So the first thing here that I asked it, and keep in mind this was via voice, so it misspelled my name and all that, but it basically asked, my intention was to create a 30-second trailer or a Facebook ad featuring me, Kamil, walking through different scenes, talking about the concerns of my target audience, the opportunity, and then the reason why they should join the AI Adopters Club, right? So see what I did there? I don't tell it exactly what I wanted to say. I'm going meta. I basically speak to the benefits, the opportunity, right, of my target audience, because I know that, especially in this thing here, this is a ChatGPT project that has my target audience in here, and it knows basically. Let me see. It has like an instructional prompt. Hold on. And it knows my target audience and writing style and all that type of jazz. All right. So it kind of knows what's going on here. So once it did that, it spit out a general, what is that, 6 scene type of description of this ad, including like how many seconds each one of them can be, with a voiceover and a description. Now, I wanted it to be a little bit more visually appealing. So we did a rerun, did it a little bit better, and that's how you massage those things, okay? Now, the next thing is, the problem here is I said, don't say things like transition between those prompts, between the scenes. Why? Like here it says, transition to a smoky 1800s steel mill. Camille now in period attire, blah, blah, blah. The reason why I don't want this to be like that is because each of these scenes, if you think further, they will be prompted in Sora individually without necessarily having the context. Now, the cool thing is actually on the Sora backend, I believe, and I got that also from a friend who's been playing around, that Sora is tapping into your chat memory and your context. But even with that, it can't be relied upon. All right. So just treat those individual scenes that you will later assemble as each prompt needs to be understood by the model individually, and self-referencing. So don't reference to something from another prompt, from another scene, because it will not generate a great result that way. Okay. So let's go further down here. So once it did that, it included the self-referencing scenes, and those would be basically I would start just take this. Like scene one, I would just say the print shop. I would remove the 4 seconds here, and then I would just paste this into Sora. And in the print shop, this is what came out. So this was, like I said, in case you just joined, this was a one shot. The print shop is this one right here. Okay.
When the press arrived, knowledge broke free, but only for those.
Okay. All right. So this was that one shot just generated from this prompt, all the stuff that I'm selecting here. Okay. And then I went through all of these and I had a little bit of something to work with. Oh, actually, no, I didn't. Here's an important thing because I like this, but here's the other thing. I was thinking, how can I make this even better? And I wanted to make this better by extracting some information from Notebook LM, which is where I have all my posts in there from my AI Adopters Club newsletter. And if you're a business, maybe you have a Notebook LM content hub where you have all your social media posts or your CTAs, your marketing messages. So you could do that yourself as well. And then what I did is I wanted to somehow extract a better talking point, better knowledge, something that would hit just more with my audience based on my content. Okay. And guess what? Again, you might notice a pattern. I didn't create the prompt for that myself. Instead, what I did is you can see here, I asked ChatGPT to ask me a question that will help you understand more about what I talk about in the AI Adopters Club. Okay. And then this is the hold on. So it asked me to what's the single bit? Oh yeah, so that's the question that ChatGPT asked me then. Okay, what is the single biggest mind shift you're trying to create in your audience? What do you want them to stop believing about AI at work, and what do you want them to start believing instead? So now I took that question and I went over here to my Notebook LM AI Adopters Club repository with like 200 or 300 sources or so, 288 sources right now. And I just copy pasted that question in here. Okay. Oh, didn't do that. And basically, what it spat out then, it gave me this answer in Notebook LM. I go back with this answer from Notebook LM and I just drop it into ChatGPT. Okay. I like to just brute force it sometimes. And I also say, with this answer in mind, which is the answer below here from Notebook LM, try to improve the script above, meaning this one, right? These scenes. And that way you can see how I kind of refine them and make them a little bit better. And this is then where we get the final, and it's just very small. Those are just very small changes, but I think a lot of this cohesiveness and the general message came out really nicely in this ad because of small changes like that. Okay. And then, again, I asked to describe the scenes a little bit better, each time with visualized explanations, like the first scene, the Gutenberg press, paint a picture a little bit more vividly without going too much into detail. So we're still refining this. Oh, and then the last prompt was something like where the future learns to think as like a CTA or something. I'm like, that sounds stupid. So make it better. It gave me a couple of ideas here. Which one did I take? Stop chasing tools, start direction intelligence. I think I actually changed it in my own way, in a way. And then, the next thing that I did, I basically generated all these scenes as I told you before, right? I downloaded them, including generating the last one, which took the longest time. And then I asked the next question here of ChatGPT. How can we make this better? What type of epic music soundtrack would work for this as background music? Okay, instrumental only, not typical corporate. And then I just went with the first one here, neoclassical momentum. All right, so I basically just copied this. I went to Suno, and if you haven't heard of Suno before, then you're missing out because this is the best fun you get from AI right now for the cheapest $10 a month or so. You get to make like 1,000 songs or so. And I basically, you just go here to the simple song creation. You can also get really fancy with lyrics and styles. You just drop it in here. Again, I didn't copy it. The description that I just got from ChatGPT, click instrumental, and I think it was this song here. All right, you get the point. So that's the background music that I used for the video, right? And it's just fascinating that you can do all that these days without really having to hire people. You just have to know how to use those tools. Let me see what else. Because I had to redo the last scene a couple times, I worked on it a little bit, and I think this is pretty much it. Then I went into Final Cut Pro, and that can be any editor that you have because you still need to assemble these things. So let me just open that up and show you how that looked like. 1 second here. I'm bringing it in. So here you can see the timeline. All these clips are in here, right? And all I did was basically just assemble them, right? Add the music. Don't make the music too loud, right? And then the last thing that I did, which is during the transitions here, there are little transition sounds, and these, these I did with 11 labs. All right. So each of them also, if you want to be creative, like this is an old style projector transition. So you can see it in the, let me just show you the video. Let me turn down the volume of the video and you can see it. Okay. There was another one. I think I just deleted that by accident. And then this should be like a light. This is a glitch. Okay. And this is something else here. Okay. And that's done on 11 labs. So if you go to 11 labs, let me just show you real quick here. If you go to the sound effects on 11 labs, all right, you have all kinds of sound effects that you can create here. All you have to do is just punch it right here. You can define the length or keep it automatic. You can make it looping, all that jazz. All right. And that's pretty much it. That's how this ad was created, because once you put it all together in Final Cut, you export it and then you're good to go. You can play around with it. Now, for me, hey, Harry, good to see you, by the way, friend. I posted our video from yesterday on the newsletter today. And, based on my experience now with Sora, it's really fascinating where this technology is. I think there's some real value to it. Granted, right now there's this watermark, so it's not perfect. I think if you do it with the API, you can remove the watermark, but I believe you cannot use cameos in with the API, so that's a little bit of a problem. There are other video generators that you can use right now. I think 2.5 just came out. I'm not too much in this space because I try to focus on the boring business AI that really moves the needle. But hey, this stuff is fun too, and it works, and especially when it gets a bad rep from so much slop everywhere. I think it's fun to kind of look at it and see how you can create something valuable for that. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I linked the video in the Substack that I just posted today. I would love for you to go and check it out and give me some love. I really like this video just to kind of fight the battle of slop. Oh, by the way, you can technically remove the watermark right now with some video processing software. I forgot which one it is, but it's probably easy to find. But again, it's interesting. Would love to hear your take in the comments in the article on what you think about Sora. Friend me up there and let's have some fun with it. I made my Cameo available for everybody to play around. So feel free to put me into some memes or do some stupid things with it. I think it will be kind of fun for the weekend. Having a lot of fun with this. Let me know how you like this guide on this Friday. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next week. All right. Take care. Bye bye. Peace.